What do the Bucks do now? Just check in with Giannis every day? Heat check? Hopefully not Miami heat check, but what do we do here?
I tell you, this is interesting because to my knowledge, there have been no substantive conversations between the Bucks and Giannis about the future. The dust is still settling on all this, and they want to give time for temperatures to cool. But it just seems like we're heading towards an obvious parting of the ways for a couple of reasons. One, Giannis is never going to be more valuable to all the other 29 teams because he's got 2 guaranteed years left on his contract. So it opens it up to everybody. You're not just a team if you're a small market team, you're not acquiring this guy afraid that he might say, you know what, I'm not signing an extension. I'm going to go play for the Knicks or the Lakers. So you've got a window here. And if you're the Bucks, you've got teams out there potentially that could make you these massive offers. This is where the Bucks and John Horst, I think, need to be aware. You've got to be able to smell desperation, right? Like in the last 10 years, there have been a couple of scenarios where teams have smelled desperation and hit home runs. The Boston Celtics, when they smelled desperation on the Brooklyn Nets and traded away Paul Pierce and KG and got all that package back in return. And the Oklahoma City Thunder, when they smelled desperation on the Clippers and got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and 407 first-round draft picks. I think there could be the same whiff of desperation off a couple of teams this year. I think Houston, number one, is a team that, saw what they were with this group. That's what they wanted to do. That'll collect data, figure out what they look like. I think they realized Jalen Green, probably not the guy that can lead them to a championship. They've got Jalen Green, and they've got all of Phoenix's draft capital for the next couple of years, which is going to be really valuable. That's one team. Oklahoma City, right now, down 0-1. Long way to go in that series. But if they bow out in the second round for the second year in a row, they may start to get a little bit desperate because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is young, but he's not that young. Lou Dort is young, but he's not that young. They're not a whole bunch of 21-year-olds like that have a long runway. They're a team with its star in his prime, coming off a probable MVP season. They're a team that could make a huge offer. And if I'm Milwaukee and I can choose between offers of Jalen Green and a bunch of good draft picks and maybe all the draft picks that Oklahoma City has to offer, and Jalen Williams, who I think could be James Harden 2.0. Like, I think if you give Jalen Williams room to blossom, he could be a superstar in this league. I think he has that much talent. If you have an opportunity to pit 2 teams against each other in a bidding war for your star to get the rebuilding package that those other teams I mentioned got, I think it's malpractice not to aggressively go out there and do it.
So when you say Giannis has never been more attractive to all 29 teams, you're saying the Bucks won't just call one team and say we're thinking of trading him and just to you? Like
I feel confident, Rich, saying that John Horst and that front office will not have a secret dialogue with Sam Presti in Oklahoma City to get a deal done.
So you can do it.
I do. Okay. I think it's
got it. All right. Chris Mannix is Sports Illustrated here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.